Hey, do you know what this whiskey bottle is? It's Mike Baldwin's barometer.
Huh?
Well, if you watch it carefully, it tells you how he's doing, how the factory's doing.
You're chundering him out.
Well, when the factory's not doing so well, he sups more whiskey, doesn't he?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, then.
What?
Oh, I give up.
That's it, Bonnie Betty.
Speaking to me, lovey?
No, not you. This horse running here in the 2:30. According to the betting, it's going out at 25 to 1.
25 to 1? Can't lose then if race don't start till 2:30.
Oh, don't be thick all your life, Lynch. Take a flipping day off, will you?
20p, Bonnie Betty. Oh, I think I'll risk 20p on that.
Go on, you reckless fool.
I'm going to have a couple of quid on that, no danger. Hey, 2 mile carrying only 10 stone. Flipping quids in here.
Fred.
What?
Do us a favour, love. Don't retire till after you've made your fortune. Get your fat elbows off that bar and get some work done. Me and Bonnie Betty are due for a brew. Come on, kiddo.
Righto.
Oh, he's took it off the flaming hook, hasn't he? There's no phone engaged for more than a flipping hour.
Oh, never mind, Fred. You've saved yourself a couple of quid.
Hey, how about helping us to make a profit instead of that bookie, Fred?
I'll give over.
What'll it be, lover boy?
Pint of the usual sludge and gin and tonic, is it else?
Oh, thanks very much, Eddie. And something for yourself for your dry throat,
Oh,
love.
thanks a bundle, Mr. Yates. What have I done to deserve it, I ask myself?
It must be love. You know what they say, kid. In the spring, a binman's fancy.
Oh, get it off.
Hey, I'm not knocking it, kid. I think it's very nice. But you don't get much romance in your life, do you? Not living with Hilda and Stan. I hope you and your young lady are very happy.
Thanks very much, Els.
Listen, Albert, how you doing out?
Aye, stood here waiting to be served.
Well, I'll get it. What is it?
Are you treating me?
Well, it all depends. Look, Albert, can you nick round to the betting shop for me?
I might.
Right, good lad, look. I've got it all made out here, Albert, look. £2 straight win plus tax, Bonnie Betty. There you go. Now, what are you having? I'm paying.
Double rum.
Double rum.
Oh, and I want a quid for going.
A quid?
Well, if you can afford to put 2 quid on...
Come on your bike, Albert. If I could afford another quid, I'd put it on the flipping horse, wouldn't I?
Hey, I want half a pint a mile.
So go on, tell us a bit more about this CB freak you're going out with. What did you say her name was? Diamond Lil?
Stardust Lil. It's not a real name, mind you.
Oh, you do surprise me.
Oh, it's Marion, isn't it, love?
Yeah, Marion Willis. She's all right now. She drives this van for the flower shop. Comes in handy, that.
Serious, is it? I mean, do you intend to, you know...
Oh, he definitely intends to, you know.
Why do you bring everything down to your level, Lynch?
It's a gift.
Well, as it happens, Betty, the relationship at the moment could be said to be,
Platonic?
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. I'm not saying it won't get a little bit more,
Physical, Eddie? You're like a dog chasing a motorbike. You wouldn't know what to do if you caught one.
Yeah, it's all right, all right. Hey, where's Fred gone? He's never had his hand on these pumps all dinner time.
It was a skiving hound, that.
Well, you know what they say. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Oh, I shall tell Annie what you called her.
Listen, wasn't he mumbling about going down to the betting shop? He'll have gone to put a bet on. You've hit the nail right on the head. I'll Bonnie bet him. Just you wait till he gets back.
Well, he said he'd ring if they were keeping him in.
Yeah. Been gone a while, though, hasn't he?
They're bound to give him an X-ray, though, you know. That could take a while, especially with Fred. Look at all that flesh it's got to get through.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we, Chuck? Hey, he's back. Oh, Sam. Welcome home, Fred, love.
All right, Long John, where's your parrot?
Let's have a party. Fred can sing Jake the Peg.
Excuse me if I don't fall about laughing, won't you?
Well, come on, give us all gory details. Hey, if you're laying odds, I'll put all my money on a slip disc.
Or even money on a cracked rib.
Don't notice, Fred. Sit yourself down, lovey.
No.
I'll get you a drop of brandy.
I'm better standing up, Betty, love, if you don't mind, or lying down. I'll have the brandy, though.
Well, come on, put us out of this misery. What harm have you done?
Well, it means me stopping off work. I've got a sick note. See, he's written on it. It's sacroiliac strain, sacroiliac.
Oh, give over that a bit, Doctor. Signature. They've got some funny names, these foreign ones.
Well, I can tell you what that is.
I thought you might.
Means he's done his back in.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Florence Flaming Nightingale.
It means me going to bed for a while.
Yeah.
Thank you, Betty. Make a lovely nurse, love.
Will you make a lovely patient, though?
Oh.
How long is a while, Fred?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, till it improves, I should think. It's all right, though. Don't worry. I won't be a nuisance if some kind person will just help me upstairs.
Oh, be a bit difficult, that, Fred. Pick for his clothes now. I dare say Bet and me can give you a hand.
Me? Carry him? Do I look like a Russian weightlifter? Don't answer that, Yates.
Hey, well, if you want Anne getting clothes off, kid, just whistle.
Any road, Fred, we've got one bit of good news for you, lad.
Oh, hi. What's that?
Bonnie Betty won, 25 to 1.
Oh, flaming Nora, that's 50 quid down the drain. My horoscope said it was gonna be my lucky day.
Decent yet?
Oh, aye, come in.
Fancy being scared of me undressing you. Did you manage all right?
Yeah, well, I'm getting used to looking after myself, Anna. Anyway, I'm particular about who undresses me.
I'm not surprised after what I saw through that keyhole.
I wouldn't put it past you, Lynch.
Tell you what, I wish I had your belly full of 10p pieces.
Give over. Just give me a hand to get in this bed, will you?
Go on, you smooth-talking swine.
I say, that Yates, he soon scarpered, didn't he?
Well, he didn't fancy playing gooseberry. And apart from that, his beer was going flat.
Oh, it's painful.
Well, if you will go playing Tarzan down the cellar steps, get your legs under.
Oh, blimey, all right.
What's up?
Sheets, the cold.
Oh.
You could have put a bottle in.
If you've noticed a funny smell, the clean sheets.
Well, my sheets were clean.
Oh, give over. Betty found a few mushrooms. Now then, is there aught else you fancy before I go and serve the thirsty hordes below? Like, would you like that little bell that her ladyship has for getting order at the Lady Vic's meetings? You know, if you fancied a bacon butty or a massage.
Good idea, is that, Lynch? Saved me reaching over and twisting me back, you know, banging with my stick, won't it?
I'll see what I can do.
I gotta say, Lynch.
Yes, master.
Hey, just thought of a good idea, just for emergencies. I don't want to mess you about, but I could give one ring for you, you know, Nurse Lynch. And 2 rings for Sister Turpin, and 3 rings for the matron, Annie Walker.
How about 4 rings for the bedpan?
Yeah. Oh, no. No, it's all right, I'll manage. I'll tell you what you can do, though. You can bring me up a nice hot pasty. Save you rushing off your feet, you know, when you're thronged down there.
Certainly, Freddie. Night-night.
Night-night. Oh, and Lynch. Put some mustard on the pasty, will you? Good girl.
How is he? Living the life of Riley. He might have the bad back, Betty, but by heck, it's going to be us that do the suffering.
Was that him shouting just now?
I'm deaf for the next few hours. Any road, he's got a bell. If it rings twice, it's for you, Sister Turpin.
Oh, been promoted, have I? No, how is it, though? I mean, it were a bad fall, you know. I don't think he was putting it on, lovey.
It's no joke having a bad back, you know. I often get it just there.
I know you have trouble getting yourself at bed in the morning, I'll grant you that.
You got any homes to go to? Give us a scotch, will you? Make it a large one.
Hey up, barometer's dropping again.
Fred back yet?
Yeah, he's just in, but he's gone to bed.
How is he?
Well, when I left him, he was doing a fair impression of a stranded whale. How's things with our local tycoon, then?
So.
Never mind so, Bet. We're going back on a 5-day week. That's not what my barometer says, love.
Hey?
Oh, stick it.
Hey, will it be so, Mr. Baldwin? Maybe we can book holiday.
Well, wouldn't book a cruise on the QE2.
Like as if. Hey, but it won't be long, though, will it? Really, you can't expect Mr. Baldwin to discuss business in here. He's entitled to a break, you know, same as everybody else.
I don't mind, Ivy. When I have meetings in the factory, it costs me money, but I might as well tell you. A 3-day week's back on the cards again.
Never. Hey, you're kidding.
Oh, no, I'm not. We lost a Webster order, didn't we? Cheers.
Flipping heck. And we went to socks off to get more work out of them.
Hey, how's that come about, Mr. Baldwin? It's a bit sudden, isn't it?
And don't forget, you can join Bet Lynch's alter ego, Julie Goodyear, over on Granada Breeze at 3 o'clock.
Hey, isn't that
Up
the
next
firm
today
that
on
Chelsea
Plus,
Tanners
there's
fancy
Trouble at the
man
Woolpack
works for?
in
That's
Emmerdale.
Stockwell fella.
Yeah, I believe it is.
You know it is. That's got nothing to do with us losing this work, has it?
To do with what?
Well, Elsie and Stockwell carrying on.
How could that have anything to do with it?
It has, though, hasn't it?
See you tomorrow. We'll work out a new programme, all right?
Flaming ass, Tanner.
I can't see as it's got aught to do here.
Think about it, Ida. Elsie causes trouble between Stockwell and his missus, and then his firm cancelled order.
Do you want a picture drawing, Ida?
Oh, I see. You think Stockwell's wife shoved her oar in.
By heck, you quick, you.
And I'll tell you something to know. When she comes back to work tomorrow morning, Elsie Tanner will wonder what's flaming well lit her.
Definitely.
Oh. I don't know. Why be a mug? To hell with it. Betty! Oh, flaming Nora.
Are you decent? Can I open my eyes?
Where have you been? Did you not hear me?
No, you come to mention it. I think I did hear something.
Heard something? I've been ringing that bell and shouting all morning.
Ah, well, that explains it then, love. I only got here 10 minutes since.
You must have heard me. You must have heard me banging.
Oh, yeah, I did hear banging. I thought that'll be Fred, up in his little room, jumping on and off the wardrobe and playing with his little junior joiner's outfit.
You're out of you, Lynch. You knew very well I was up here, didn't you? On my own. Suffering.
Tell me, Fred, what were you using?
Huh?
To bang with?
On my shoe.
Oh, good. You see, I thought it might have been your head. I'm very pleased you've not lost the use of your voice in your arms. You see, in this life, Fred, there's always somebody worse off than yourself. Now, come on, lovey, that cellar wants fettling.
You must be joking. I'm not doing no cellar. I'm lying here. My back's killing me.
Now, you tell me something and look at me while I'm asking you. Is this genuine, or are you swinging the lead?
Am I ex-swinging the lead, woman? 13 flipping steps I fell down there. My back's black and blue. I could have broken my neck.
Go on, I'll believe you.
Told me in hospital to keep the weight off my feet. I've no choice.
Well, who's going to do cellar work?
I don't know, love, not me. I'm going to be here for days, me, I'll tell you.
Well, I must admit you look rotten. Mind you look rotten to me every morning.
You wouldn't look so fly if you fell down 13 flipping cellar steps. Now, look, Lynch. What about a nice bit of breakfast? What about a bit of bacon, eh?
I suppose so.
Hey, and I say, a couple of nice fried eggs and some fried bread, eh?
All right, I'm getting the general picture.
And listen, about that bacon. Nice and crispy. I don't like it fat and soggy.
Perhaps you would like a couple of pork chops on a side plate.
No. No, I could do with a tranny, a little radio, and I'll tell you what, a couple of morning papers, eh? Oh, and while you're doing that, look, just beforehand, bring me up a nice hot cup of tea. I'm spitting feathers here, I'm honest.
All right. Well, let's just get one thing straight, here and now. I don't care how bad your back is. You're going to have to make it from here to the bathroom under your own steam. Because when it comes to nursing the sick, breakfasts I'll do, but bedpans are out. And there is no way I will ever give you a bed bath.
You might have to.
Oh, no. Because if you can't manage to wash yourself, Fred, I'm going to get Hilda Ogden up here with a bar of soap and a yard brush.
Do you know what deserved this? I've been swallowing rubbish dust since 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, make the most of it, love.
Why, what's happened? War been declared or something?
Not quite, but the outlook's almost as bleak for an ale can like you. We're coming to the end of this barrel, and when that's gone, finito.
You what?
Well, Fred's taken to his bed, hasn't he? With no cellarman. And I'm not humping barrels about in that cellar, love.
Oh, I think we could manage, me and you.
All right. And end up on our backs in bed alongside Fred. And when I say alongside, I mean as well as. Know what you were going to say, Yates?
I wasn't going to say nothing. Actually, what I was going to say was if you need a bit of muscle, I'm the fella for you.
You? Muscle? Do you know I've seen bigger muscles on them stalls on Blackpool front, 30 pence a saucerful.
Look, just because I'm well covered, don't let it fool you. Underneath, I'm all rippling sinew and dynamic tension, and I'm prepared to do the cellar for you.
If you let him down that cellar, you want your brain testing.
Now then,
He'll not but lock himself in and stop the lot.
listen, don't be spreading alarm and despondency among these good ladies, you.
I've told you you're asking for trouble.
He's right, you know, Betty. It'd be like putting Dracula in charge of blood donors.
Oh, no, I think he'll be all right, as long as we watch him, love.
Listen, I've got feelings, you know. In fact, I'm 8 now. I might just withdraw me offer.
Oh, don't be like that. We accept, lovey. Come on round here. Hey, take him down in the cellar and show him what to do, Chuck.
Oh, you mean? Well, surely he knows at his age.
Go on.
Come on, you lump.
Lead the way. You know what deserved this?
Yeah.
Eddie, fetch me a crate of stout up, love.
Oh, flaming Nora.
Hey up, it's the invalid.
Well, it's fit enough for bashing that floor. Oh, it goes right through you, doesn't it? Oh.
Right, well, it's your turn, Betty. Forward, Sister Turpin.
Oh, Fred! Stop banging, lovey. I'm not deaf.
Well, I've got to bang with something, Betty.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no need to keep on hammering, lovey. A couple of little taps, you know, they'd be sufficient.
Just to make sure you heard, that's all.
Look, I heard the first bang. It takes quite a time, you know, to get up those stairs. We can't just drop everything and come rushing.
Look, Betty, I know you mean well, but just think of me. You don't realise the strain that I'm under here. All on my own, suffering, helpless.
Yes, I know, love. What do you want?
Well, I was a bit peckish.
You'll have to make do with the pie. I mean, I can't leave the bar for more than a couple of minutes.
Look, I fancied sardines on toast. Well, I mean, I know there's a tin in the kitchen cupboard. I just fancied them, Betty.
Yes. You know what I fancy? A nice little holiday in Mustique. I'm not getting it, though.
Don't be like that, Betty. It's a craving I've got. It's like the body telling you that you need certain vitamins. It's like women when they fancy coal when they're expecting, you know.
You don't talk a load of rubbish.
It's not a lot of rubbish. I read it in an article in the Barbers. Oh, go on, love.
Well, all right, but you'll have to wait till we've shut the bar, Fred.
All right, then. I'll tell you what. Well, while I'm waiting, I'll have that pie you mentioned. And a bottle of strong ale. Well, 2 bottles, you know, save your little legs. 1 tripler.
By heck. I've got something else better to do, you know, apart from wishing round, ministering to you.
Betty, you ought to be thankful, my love, that you can rush around. Oh, just think of me, lying here, on my own, prostrate, suffering.
I must be mad tolling up them stairs just to fetch you, vinegar.
Fair dude, Lynch. Can't have chips without vinegar.
Well, you best be up and shaping tomorrow, Fred, because I've had it up to here. I'm sick to the back teeth of catering to your every whim.
Well, I like having my every whim catered to. It's not had a fair crack of the whip, you know, my every whim.
Bring out your Zed. Aye, Fred. How's the invalid?
What do you want?
Well, now you mention it, I'll have a chip,
Give over the egg. Stealing food off a sick man.
That's his 3rd coop feed so far today.
Oh.
Anyway, 5:30, I'm going opening bar. I've had enough.
I'll sit with the invalid for the bit.
Thank God.
Yates, I'm warning you.
It's bad for you, all that stodge, you know. Shouldn't have it lying in bed. Not good for you, so.
Oh, I know what I want to eat.
Doing your work in the cellar, you know, Fred. But don't worry. I'll keep stum, I won't shock you.
What are you on about?
Well, that's cellar work. That's a doddle, innit? And all the time you've been going on about how hard it is. Well, as I say, don't worry. I won't spoil it for you.
Well, it is hard, if you do it proper.
Hey, you right about them cellar steps. They are dodgy. I nearly took a fly there myself this afternoon.
I'll say they're dodgy. I nearly broke my flaming neck.
Pity you didn't, innit?
You what?
Oh, it's pity you didn't break something, you know. You could have claimed, could have sued the brewery.
Hey, you might have an idea there, Yates. I might have done myself a permanent injury. It's all right, them quacks, them doctors, they don't know everything. Then, of course, there's me pain and suffering. Oh, yeah.
An old solicitor might be able to help you there, Fred.
All right. I'll manage, don't you worry.
Oh, give over. You'll end up paying rent to the brewery for the steps to fall down. No, listen, these solicitors, they can run rings round a simple bloke.
Oh, you call it simple?
Well, you are, aren't you? I mean, when it comes to legal matters, you are. Anyway, I'll have a word in the right quarter.
Listen, Yates, there could be a lot in this, you know. I went a right wallop there, you know. I did.
You did, I'll tell you what. For a moment, we thought you'd had your chips. Talking about chips.
Look, Yates, if I wasn't lying here, a sick man, I'd crack you one, I would. Hello?
Right, get your clothes off, you. It's Florrie Nightingale. I thought I told you to get your clothes off.
Hello, Bet.
Oh, is he proper poorly then?
I've had a rotten night. Stiff as a board. I'm stiff as a board. I can hardly move.
How'd you get papers then?
Hilda brought it.
Hey, I can't even be first on duty.
Oh.
Well, is there out you want? Do you fancy a blanket bath?
No, sir.
Thank the Lord for that. Well, would you have stood while I bath your blankets? Now then, how else do you want tucking in? Do you know, I fancied being a nurse once till I went in hospital myself. It cured me for life. I mean, hard work's one thing, but...
You know what I do fancy better?
What, love?
A nice fresh cup of coffee when you make it one, eh?
Aye, all right. And if you want out else, love, you knock on the floor. Nobody'll hear you, but it'll be very good exercise. Hey up, you've got a visitor. And what pins your job off you? And don't be so long.
Why? Does he get overexcited?
No, but I will if you don't start work. Because that's what you're here for, in case it slip your mind.
Wait a minute, can't I even do me good deed for the day?
If you want to do me a good deed, Yates, op it.
Hey, friendship. There's nought like it.
Here. And I'll tell you, you've got a remarkably short memory. It was me that put you up to that compensation, lad. So show a little bit of gratitude, eh?
Well, you haven't done that yet, have you?
Well, give us a flaming chance. Listen, I've been round to a mate of mine who's, like, well up in legal matters.
Flipping barrack room lawyer, eh?
He is not a barrack room lawyer. Well, near enough. This lad went through every law book at Walton. What he doesn't know about law is nobody's business. Anyway, he said forget the solicitor. They'll only cost you a lot of money. What you got to do is when Annie Walker gets back, you got to put a claim in through her, because the brewery will have insisted that she's covered for what's known as employer's liability, you see. That covers you and Bet and Betty for, like, accidents at your place of work.
Straight up.
See? Oh, ye of little faith. Anyway, he said if they can prove that them cellar steps are dodgy, you'll collect a packet. Now, that is when you get the solicitor in, when the money starts being big. Right? And if you stay in bed, the longer you stay in bed, the more money you collect. You're sorry now, aren't you? Full of remorse for those nasty things you said about me.
You clumsy, big-footed bird.
What do you think you're doing, Mr. Yates?
Hold on, Mrs. Walker. You're looking at the new temporary pop man, the slimline, good-looking version, that is. Isn't that right, Bet?
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Welcome home. Is what right?
I'm the new stand-in pop man.
Well, it's the first I've heard of it. No, he is. I'm only kidding, Mrs. Walker. Betty took him on. Well, I mean, she had to. You can't have us weak women carrying them things upstairs.
No, I quite agree. It's just... How is Fred?
Well, he's still laid up with his bad back.
And his front's not so good, neither.
Could you bring those cakes?
Right, everybody, the Queen's back, so watch it. Don't let me catch anybody drinking.
Gin and tonic, Bet, please. I'll pay for that.
Oh, so you're talking to her then?
What do you mean?
They wouldn't be so stupid.
Wouldn't they just?
Hello, come in. Come in. Oh, it's you, Mrs. Walker.
Did I disturb you?
I was just having a little snooze, Mrs. Walker. Relief from the pain.
Yes, it must be.
Oh, I found that tucked at the back of the wardrobe, Mrs. Walker. Must have been your Billy's.
I doubt that very much. He may read this sort of literature, but he certainly wouldn't bring it home.
Oh, well, I mean, that's, as I say.
Now, what happened, Fred? I have warned you repeatedly about running down those cellar steps.
Ah, that's it. I was going up, Mrs. Walker, you see, with a crate, and wasn't my fault.
Really? Whose fault was it, then?
Well, I mean, it must have been the steps, Mrs. Walker. They are a bit dodgy, aren't they?
I see. You're blaming me.
Well, no, it's nothing personal, Mrs. Walker, you know, but I have taken professional advice, and I understand that you have, like, insurance, employer's liability, I think it's called.
And what if my insurance company refused to countenance the claim?
Ah, well, now, you see, my professional advisor tells me that, well, I shall just have to sue you or the brewery, like, for damages.
To what?
Pardon?
Damages to what?
Well, to me, like my health, you know.
How bad is it? What does the doctor say?
Well, I haven't got the doctor in yet, Mrs. Walker. I don't want to cause so much bother.
I have a strong suspicion, Fred, that it would cause far less bother if you'd allow yourself to be examined. However, my insurance company may insist on that.
Yes.
Just have to wait and see.
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
tell me, is Fred, now, what was Jack's phrase, is he coming the old soldier?
Well, they're all capable of it, aren't they, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, they are indeed. You know, I hate to condemn an innocent man, but he does seem far more concerned with any possible financial gain than his injuries, if indeed there are any.
Well, it's difficult to tell, isn't it, Mrs. Walker?
There are ways, dear. Mr. Harris. Hello, Mr. Harris. It's Mrs. Walker of the Rovers Return. Yes, it has been a long time, hasn't it? How are you? Fine. No, I'm not the prospective patient. It's my potman, Fred G. And I was wondering if you could call round and see what your magic fingers can do. Well, apparently he fell down the cellar steps and did something to his back. Now, I'm not sure what. Tomorrow. Oh, that would be fine. 12 or thereabouts. Good.
That wasn't Nipper Harris, was it?
Is that what they call him?
A little thick-set fella. A physio at Weatherfield Rugby League Club.
That's the man. He did wonders for my Jack.
He used to live in a flat near me. Them husky rugby players were frightened to death of him.
So I believe.
Shall I go up and tell Fred?
Would you like to? Why not?
I'll take him the evening paper.
Of course. We wouldn't want him to feel deprived.
Get your clothes off. How are you?
Flipping round off.
Here, I'll fetch you the evening papers. You can pick tomorrow's winner.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can nick round to the betting shop in the morning if you like. Put a bet on for me.
Yeah, if I've got time.
Right, it's a day, love.
You look comfy in there, Fred. Move over.
Get away, will you?
Now, don't be hurtful, Fred. I don't get that many refusals.
You do while she's down there.
Oh, well, that's made me feel a bit better. And just to show you, Fred, I'm going to tell you a little secret.
What secret?
Now, lie still. I said I'm going to tell you. You may not realise it, but you've really got through to Annie Walker. You'll never guess what she's gone and done.
Well, what's she done?
Only arranged for you to have a massage.
A massage?
Tomorrow, I think she said. She got it out of one of these magazines, The Lady. Swedish, I think she said.
A Swedish bird?
Now, Fred, I don't know all the sordid details.
Oh, go on, Lynch. You're having me on.
All right. If you don't believe me, get her up here and ask her. I mean, she wanted to keep it a secret, but if you want to spoil it and you don't believe me, ask her.
Is she at one of these massage parlours, this Swedish bird?
Now, Fred, don't get overexcited. I could just have got it all wrong. Good morning, Mrs. Walker.
Morning, Beck.
How's the wounded soldier this morning, then?
Wounded soldier, old soldier more like.
You can say that again. Well, if he thinks he's getting me up and down them stairs like a yo-yo again, he's got another think coming.
Bet, tell me something. What exactly did you tell Fred about Mr. Harris?
Physiotherapist?
That's right. Only seems to be taking an awful lot of trouble about his appearance.
Does he now?
Bet, I think you know something I don't know.
I think I know something Fred doesn't know as well. You see, he's not expecting a rugby club physio, Mrs. Walker. He's expecting a Swedish girl, isn't he?
Oh, you didn't?
I couldn't resist it the way he was going on.
I can't wait to see his face.
You've not blown it, then?
Not a word.
See ya.
Mr. Harris, how good of you to come.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. It's been a long time.
Yes, indeed. That was Harris, don't you, Ben?
Hi, Nipper. Do you remember me?
How could I ever forget? How's it going, then?
I can't complain. Well, I could, but it wouldn't do no good.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Right, where's Victim, then?
Upstairs, in bed.
I'll just go upstairs and tell him and make sure he's decent.
Oh, no need for that, love. What I haven't seen in that rugby club ain't worth seeing.
I can believe that.
Doing quite well, aren't you? Your own consulting rooms.
Room, Mrs. Walker, there's only one. I only have that on a Tuesdays and a Thursdays. It's an arrangement I have with a bookmaker friend of mine.
I see, yes.
Rugby club keeps me going best part of the week, making certain they've got two of everything that matters on a Saturday afternoon. Right, let's get at him, shall we?
Come on, Pet, hurry up, will you? Under the paper. Come on, she'll be here in a minute.
All right, keep your hair on.
Hey, that's not funny, Lynch.
It wasn't meant to be. Here.
Oh, ta. There we go. Well, how do I look?
Well, if you want me to be honest, like a well-scrubbed pig. Mind you, if I was 30 years older and a bit soft in the head, even I might be tempted, Fred.
44-inch chest, you said.
Without a word of a lie, Fred.
I can hardly wait.
You're not going to have to. Come in.
It's only me. I brought the physiotherapist up.
Oh, yes. Oh, Z!
This is Mr. Harris, physiotherapist to Weatherfield Rugby Club.
That's right, mate. The mates call me Nipper. Right, Bet?
Right, Nipper.
I'll screw your neck for you, Lynch. I'll nail your feet to the flipping floorboards.
Now, Freddie. That's not going to do your back any good, is it? Come along, Mrs. Walker. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's the sight of a grown man crying.
Oh, Nipper.
Right, mate.
What's he like, this massage fella? The sight of him is enough to put most grown fellas back on their feet. I reckon they use him as a model for beer barrels.
Oh, well, he might be able to do something for my old fella then. He has a bad back, you know. Can't seem to get out of bed in the morning.
Heck. They say the bigger they come, the softer they are.
Oh, you've ruined me.
Ruined you. All I've done is unearth a few muscles you never knew you had. In a couple of days, you'll be feeling as fit as a ferret.
Oh, you may as well just drop me off at the knacker's yard on your way home, mate.
If that's the way you feel, perhaps another 10 minutes won't do you any harm.
No, I believe you. Oh,
How's it going then?
I've finished, mate.
I'm done for an all.
Hey, you don't look so good.
Hey, Will, I've had fellas twice his size bent double on a Monday morning. Come Thursday, they've been steaming down that field like tanks. Oh, yeah. Take my advice, mate. Get a couple of stone off. I've seen better bodies in the scrapyard. If you do need me, Mrs. Walker's got my number.
Oh, time for the warning.
Cheeky flaming Arab.
Yeah.
Hey, you look great.
I feel as if I've just done 10 rounds with King Kong.
Just what the doctor ordered, eh?
Huh?
Well, it's no good looking as fit as a butcher's dog, is it? I mean, you won't line your pockets with silver that way. And right now, Fred, you look about as perky as a sack of dripping. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
You reckon?
Well, what did my mate say? The longer you're in your pit, the bigger the check will be. And looking at you at the moment, you're in for the pool's win, mate.
Hey, you know what, Yates? I'm feeling better already.
You know, don't go saying daft things like that.
Ah, thanks very much, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Harris.
And you get that tub of lard out of that bed and fast. I've had worse than him playing at Wembley. But if you do need me again, you know where I am.
I do indeed.
Right. Well, I'll be off then.
And thank you again.
It's a pleasure.
Who is it?
Only me.
Come in, Mrs. Walker.
Don't feel any better, I take it.
Oh, that Harris fella, Mrs. Walker. He's put me back weeks, he has. Weeks.
Oh, dear. Well, in that case, Fred, really, I think it's time we had a little chat.
Little chat? What about?
Well, you do still intend to claim, I take it.
Well, I don't want you to think that it's anything personal, Mrs. Walker.
No.
I mean, you know, it isn't. It's just that, well, I do feel I ought to get something out of it.
I quite agree.
Well, you've been in touch with the insurance company, have you?
Not yet, Fred, but I will, because I think the sooner things get moving, the better.
Aye.
They'll probably make a complete examination, you know, assess your injuries, the degree of disability.
Yes. Well,
Now, you may not get very much, but I do think that every little helps.
oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes.
And, of course, it's not just a question of finding a lighter job, is it? I mean, there's accommodation. And, as you know very well, these things don't come cheap these days.
Lighter job, Mrs. Walker? What lighter job?
Well, you obviously can't carry on here, can you, Fred? Not with a suspect back. Oh, that would be asking for trouble. But I'm sure you've thought of all that yourself. So leave it all with me, and I'll get things moving.
But I think we ought to just give it a little time, Mrs. Walker. I mean, we don't want to be rushing into things, do we?
Well, I'm only thinking of you, Fred. You know, these are out of state term.
Yes. Well, we don't want to rush in. Just give it a couple of days, Mrs. Walker. This, you know, this physio fella, if he's as good as you think he is, well, who knows?
Yes. Well, just as you say, Fred.
Are you on your own again, love?
No.
Yeah, he's gone to Legion, hasn't he? Do you know, he's been a new man since he started work. I mean, he's looking out all his old mates, you know, not hiding himself away.
It's what's called self-respect, love, and that's something you can't measure in brass, isn't
Which
it?
is that.
So that physio did him no good at all, then, eh?
Oh, you're joking. Couldn't massage his skin off a rice pudding. It's put poor old Fred back months. Months, I'm telling you.
Who's that, then? The ghost of Christmas past?
What are you doing here?
Well, I work here, don't I? No thanks to you and that fat-brained mate of yours.
What were you saying about rice puddings, Eddie?
Oh, shut it, Lynch. I told you to stay in bed, you bear. What about the compensation?
What good's compensation with no job?
Eh?
What good's a cellarman with a duff back?
You're talking through your navel, Fred. My mate reckons that you...
Listen, I don't care what your mate reckons. It's what Mrs. Walker reckons in this pub. She's the one that pays the flipping wages, Yates.
How are you feeling, anyway?
Just a little bit stiff. Not as stiff as his mate's going to be when I get my hands on him.
Well, there's gratitude for you.